Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Yo, I apologize if I tore your eardrums, but how you like my new microphone? It was really expensive. It was like $600 for this microphone, bro. It's totally not, my headphones from my PS4, which are like 6 years old, and that's the mic I'm using right now. Totally. Alright, but I think you can hear me better now with this. I think it's much more. I don't know what the word is. What's the word? Whatever the word is, it's better. I It's better. You can hear me better, and you can hear my amazing opinions better also. Yo, yo, enough with the weird, bro. What am I doing, bro? What am I doing? Why am I acting like this? Whenever I turn on the camera, I act like a weirdo. I don't know why I do that. I'm not used to it, right? But yeah, hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy this. Yo, this is. I think if you saw my previous commitment video, I told you, bro, I was gonna react to a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna try and make it halal. I'm gonna try and make it good. I'm gonna try to teach you something in return, for value, for value. But obviously, I'm not gonna be all about, teaching you guys. I'm gonna be about entertainment also. We're also gonna have fun. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. And yeah, bro, can I just get on with the video? Like, I just keep yapping. Like, bro, I need to actually remind myself to stop talking so much. Damn, bro. Alright, alright, Bismillah, Bismillah. Alright, listen, bro. No haram stuff. No swearing, no cussing, only halal. If we cuss, we always immediately say astaghfirullah, immediately afterwards. If you're not Muslim and you say it, bro, go kill yourself. I need to stop, bro. I need to stop. For real. I need to stop, bro. I'ma start, bro. I know, I'ma start. Relax. So, quick introduction. I forgot to give the introduction. This is Michael Franzese. He was a big gangster in his time. The guy was, I think he was in a Mexican mob. I don't know what it is. It's more like he was in the mob, and he was a big financial, like, source. He not how do you say this? He was a big financial guy. He was a big money maker for the mob. There you go. He was a big money maker for the mob, and he was huge. He was recognized. He was even in movies. Like, some movies even talked about him. Like, actual movies. Like, I don't know what the movies were, but they talked about him. And he obviously went to jail, then he changed his life and all that kind of stuff, and now he's doing this. So inshallah he becomes Muslim soon, because I hope he's on the right path. But inshallah, we're gonna see him with the jubba, with the big kurta. We're gonna see him with the topi. We're gonna see him with a nice big beard, white beard, with some some black things on his eyes. No, I'm joking. That's stereotype. That's stereotype right there. That is something that we do not condone. Stereotyping, we do not condone, but we obviously enjoy a little bit of it sometimes. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna watch this, and this is him basically trying to, like, ask Andrew, yo, why did you become Muslim? What led you to being a Muslim? Why do you believe in this? I don't know the whole thing, but I saw like a little clips of it, and I was like, yo, I didn't react to this. 'Cause I also know some stuff. I'm a little educated myself in this, but I'm a little educated myself, but I'm not, like, do not take my word for everything. Obviously, always double check. In the Quran, it is Sunnah to always double check what others say. So whenever I say something, even though I know I'm right, it is your duty to double check what I say and correct me if I did any wrongs, or admit that I was right and move on with your life, fam. Oh my god, bro, I'm actually dead so tired, bro. Bro, how do these guys speak for so long, bro? I'm already dead. Alright, let's start.
It's funny because you talk about God. One of the guys I live with is a very devout Christian.
Alright, brother.
We talk about,
Which you once were, right?
well, I was an atheist,
Okay.
and then I educated myself, and then I was a Christian
That's lucky.
for a
Oh,
while, but I think I reverted to that because I was raised Christian. So
I
I was
was gonna say that's this, because he's like, well, I educated myself. Then I thought he was gonna say then I became Muslim. That would have been kind of diss for, like, Christianity, but he didn't do that though. Enemies with Christians. Don't think I'm enemies with no one. I'm not enemies with no one. I just, I just like talking about it sometimes. In a positive way, obviously, in a positive way, in the way that can make everyone laugh.
I was like, I believe in God again, so I'm a Christian.
Joke.
And then I read the Bible, and then I read the Quran, and then I found infinity with Islam. And it's a very interesting conversation because in a lot of ways, they're a lot more similar than people realize. They're actually very similar. But I don't feel qualified to discuss Islam like that because it's a very complicated religion, and I'm a revert. I'm only 2 years in, and I'm learning.
Exactly,
But-
bro. People need to understand that, bro. He just became Muslim. The guy basically spent a year of his first. He basically spent the first in jail. Bro, he doesn't know that much about Islam. So when people criticize him, I'm like, bro, just relax. It's the same thing when he was giving like his comments about women and stuff. I liked everything that he said. I enjoyed it actually. You know, and even my mom agreed with it. I just obviously didn't show her any of it, but I did talk to her about the ideas, and she was like, "Well, that's so cool." It's not like that, but she's like, "That's what you're supposed to do as a guy." So it's like when people don't like him, it's because they're either too liberal, that means they're white, or unsoft, or because I don't know, or because they just don't like him because he got money and stuff. But it's just human nature, bro. Everyone's gonna have their own opinions. Many people don't like me. Can you believe that? People don't like me. How can you not like me? Say mashallah.
One of the guys who lives with me is a devout Christian, and we often have these conversations and we talk about these things.
And your brother's a Christian.
My brother's a Christian, that's right. And he says, when we talk about these things, he goes, Jesus is coming back. It's fine. Jesus is coming back.
Facts.
So I'm like, but Christian nations need to stand up for themselves, and you need to do something, you need to fight. And he goes, but Jesus is coming back. And I said, I don't prescribe to that particular mentality. And it reminds me of a story from my dad.
Well, let me ask you a question. When you say you don't prescribe to that mentality, do you not believe Jesus is coming back?
Oh, he
or you
believes
just
it.
don't
He
believe
just
in
doesn't
that
agree with that
you just
mentality. I'll explain
described?
later.
I
He can
do
explain for me.
believe-
What am I explaining for?
Let's say I believe Jesus was coming back. That wouldn't mean I don't take action. That wouldn't mean I just wait.
I agree with that.
I don't agree with
bro.
it's going to be fine. It'll be fixed
No,
by Jesus. I'll give you a quick example. My father was a world-class chess player. He was a professional chess player. I used to go with him to chess tournaments.
Goat.
We were at a chess tournament. I think we were in
Everyone's
Chicago,
dad is a
Illinois.
goat.
And I must have been about 8 years old. And
Yo,
Azerbaijan-
W go in the comment, bro. When I start streaming one day, I'm gonna start saying W go dad in the comment. But I'm gonna say because we're on YouTube, W go dad in the comments.
Azerbaijani grandmaster turned up, and he looked visibly shaken. And he's from Azerbaijan, so he was not used to driving on ice. And he came in, and he looked visibly shaken, and my dad and his friends were standing there, all the chess players, and he said, "What's the matter?" And he goes, "God just saved my life. God just saved my life." And we're like, "What happened?" He said, "I was driving on the bridge, and I lost control on the ice, and I was heading towards the edge of the bridge, and the car wasn't responding, and I just closed my eyes, and I prayed to God, and I opened my eyes, and I stopped just before I went off the bridge. I broke the barrier. I nearly went off the bridge. God saved my life. God saved my life." And I remember my dad said, "Maybe God saved your life, but I wouldn't have taken my hand off the wheel."
Bro, wallahi, that is so facts. That is so facts. It is so facts that it is literally in Sahih Hadith. Bukhari and Muslim and every single ulama has agreed to this. Every single one. There's no contest to this hadith. And the moment I heard this, bro, I literally I just clocked it in. The hadith was, I'm a paraphrase because obviously I always paraphrase. I can never say word for word. Don't think but obviously always double check. I know I'm right, but double check. So the Sahih hadith was, there was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and there was his companion, a Sahabi. Sahabi means companion. That's not his name. It's just a title that was given to that man. He's a Sahabi. So Rasulullah, the Messenger, والسلام, and the Sahabi, they were both walking, and I think they were even going on a journey. And then when they finished their journey, it was something along the lines of they both had their camels, and they were walking back, and the Sahabi asked Rasulullah, "Ya Rasulullah, is it best that I leave the camel untied and leave it to Allah, or do I tie it and do I just leave? No, or do I just tie it? No, what was the hadith? Wait, I'll do it right now, bro. What was the hadith? What was the hadith? No, I'll get right now. I'll get right now. Look, fam, because I already forgot it, but I know the intention of the hadith. The hadith summary was, the ending of it was, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is best if you tie your camel and you place your trust in Allah. That is best for you. Look, I'll do it now. Wait. Um, there you go. Look, this is Sahih also. Eh, where is it? Where is it? There you go. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhum reported, a man said, Ya Rasulullah, should I tie my camel and trust in Allah, or should I leave her untied and trust in Allah? The Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, tie her and trust in Allah. In essence, it means do the action with the intention that Allah is going to help you and protect you in this journey of yours, in this action of yours. So if you're studying for an exam, you don't just say, "Oh, I'll leave it to Allah," and Rahman just say Bismillah for all my multiple choice questions. No, it's you study for the exam, and then you have the intention and you believe and you trust Allah will guide you and make you successful in this exam. That's what it means. That's what it means. That's what it basically means.
And that was his mentality. And I remember him saying, I was only 8. I remember him saying that and walking off. And I talked to him about it on the way home. What does that mean? He goes, well, God has a plan. That's great. But I'm going to do my very best while I'm here. And God will allow me to either succeed or he won't. So we could sit here and say, Jesus is coming back to save Christian nations. Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps you should stop letting yourself get punked all day and stand up and do something. Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But it truly breaks my heart when these things are happening.
Well, no, you're right, because faith without works is not, it's meaningless. But let me ask you, very interesting, because you said you believe Jesus is coming back,
Yeah.
and yet you're
So does Islam.
They do.
Yeah.
So they believe that Jesus is the Son of God.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They believe he was a messenger.
They don't believe he's the Son of God.
I have to be.
Okay,
I don't
doesn't
want to
know,
say
bro.
anything incorrect, because if I say anything incorrect, the
Akhi
Muslim
doesn't
world
know.
jumps all over me.
No,
But they
that's
do believe he was a
good.
messenger. They believe he was a prophet,
Sahih.
along with Muhammad and along with Moses. They
Sallallahu
believe a
alaihi
lot of the
wasallam.
same things. I guess the very simplistic way to understand or explain Islam is they believe in the Bible. They believe in all of it. They just wrote one more book afterwards.
That is that's cap. We believe in the original Bible. Yes, we do. We believe in the actual Bible that came down, but we don't believe in what we have now. We don't believe in the multiple variations that are there. We just don't. We just believe in the Quran now. We also believe in the Torah, but the Torah that they have now is different than the Torah in the time of Moses. So I don't believe, and no Muslim believes. Any Muslim, there's not one Muslim. You can take all of our sects, all 75 of our sects or 72. You can call them all in one place and say, "Do you believe in this?" And they will not have any differentiation. They will all say, "We believe in the Quran." And there's no question about which type of Quran. Every single Quran is one, which is the same Quran for everyone. That's simple.
By one more messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him.
So
And in his book, he said, Christians are right. Everything's right. But there's also this part. That's the very simplistic.
yeah, very
view.
simplistic.
It's,
He doesn't know though. And inshallah, Allah will
I
Allah will
don't
give him more
think
information.
the problem is Islam versus Christian. I don't think the problem is God versus God. I think the main problem with the world today is godless versus believers.
Bro.
I think if you have somebody who believes in God,
You see, no
all
one
the
has that
religions have
mentality,
a
no.
basic tenet of look after your family,
Yeah.
do the right thing. God is watching. There is sin. There are some things more important than money. You know, like in Islam, we don't have usury, for example. There's no interest allowed. It says in the Quran, if you have a society based on interest and based on debt and based on banking, you're going to be controlled by evil. It says in the Quran in the 14th century.
It's not just that.
So, like,
Addition to that, Allah just basically blatantly says, Subhanahu wa Taala, do not use interest, because anyone who uses, and basically says it, and then he explains for human understand. He tries to explain, but we Muslims have the mentality that whatever is written in the Quran, even if it doesn't have explanation, we believe in it. Right? Obviously, Allah Azza wa Jal, He explained usury, He explained interest, but if He wanted to, He could have just said, "Don't do interest," and that would have been more than enough. Because He's Allah, He's the ruler of everything. When the king says an order, how can a slave ask the king, "Oh Allah, please explain"? Right? But Allah is so merciful, He even allows you to ask that question, and that's when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, then he explains it for you. And then he also said that whoever engages in such has gone to war with Allah. It was either Allah who said that, or it was either him who said that. But that's how big of a sin usually.
Like there's certain, you have spiritual beliefs. And if you don't have any spiritual belief, you're only going to worship money. There's nowhere else to go, right? And if you worship money, you're corruptible. So I think that people who are spiritual as opposed to people who are atheistic is the main problem, because the atheists aren't even atheistic. They worship LGBT, money, government,
Biggest enemies.
feminism, abortion, whatever insanity. They have their religions. They're just evil. So there's no such thing as an atheist anyway. They just have completely insane
I
religions.
was a fact, so that's cool.
I believe that people who believe in God versus people who don't is the main problem. I think a lot of the confusion, though, about Islam is a lot of the problems in the Western world are from migrants, perhaps, or from people who are from Islamic countries. So people have a problem with Islam, which I can understand. But I would argue that the
answer
problem
to
there
that
is not
the answer
Islam.
to that, along with whatever he's saying, the answer to that is, let's look back 100, 200 years and let's see what caused all this. Enough, bro. Search up what happened 100 years ago to Afghanistan. What happened 100 years ago to in India? What happened to 100 something years ago to the Ottoman Empire? Ask these questions and then you'll figure out all these answers yourself, bro.
People have a problem with Islam, which I can understand. But I would argue that the problem there is not Islam. The problem is third worlders versus first worlders.
Oh,
Some of the first world Islamic nations are the most beautiful places on earth. Bahrain, Kuwait, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. These are gorgeous places with no crime.
one day my
And you're
goal
going to
is
see
there,
with
bro.
no tax. And the tallest buildings in the world, perfect roads, 0% tax rate.
No tax.
Yeah, no tax. Explain that, government. And they built these beautiful places and everyone's safe and society functions and everything's gorgeous. Obviously, you have third world Islamic nations with problems. You can go to
Yeah, but
Africa
they're
and
also
find third
going,
world
like,
Christian nations.
haram all over.
And you will see how they treat women. People say, oh, Islam's bad to women. We'll see how they treat women in Africa and Christian nations.
You're right.
It's third world versus first world.
Let me ask you, is there a reason you were drawn more to Islam than Christianity?
I read both books.
Bro, this question, look at his face. He's laughing, bro. Bro, man, like Gaiden, bro. He's laughing. Bro, look at him. Bro, that face. Bro, the intention behind that face, behind that. It's a little sneaky, bro. It's a little different, bro. Because that face is not like, oh, why did you. That face is not interest. That face is not interest in Islam. That face is, I want your answer to why you chose between the two because I'm the opposite of you. So I want to know why you went from my side to not from my side, but from my side of the table to their side of the table. I want to know why. And he's kind of getting offended too. Like, bro, you leaving Christianity for Islam is kind of like an offense to our religion. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if it was for us also, we would be offended too. But you can see the intention behind that question. I think Andrew's gonna know, bro. He's gonna pick that up, but he's too nice, bro.
I read both books. I don't know if it was my time inside of in Islamic countries. I felt God.
Probably that.
I felt it. I don't know how else to say it. I
Definitely that.
felt it. I felt it more when I went to the mosque. I felt
It's
it
just
when
the
I was in an
environment,
Islamic
bro.
country. I felt it. And I've analyzed this about myself heavily because I believe that feedback is how you get good at anything. People think practice makes perfect. That's a lie. Feedback makes perfect. And I was actually discussing this with somebody who was talking about my podcast. He says, oh, your podcasts are very good. And how do you talk so well? And I said, well, he goes, you must be practicing. I said, I don't practice because I'm 37. You're 42. You've been practicing longer than me. So how come I can speak better than you
Damn.
can? Because I watch
37. Damn. Nah, bro. That's not bad. That's young. Mashallah. Mashallah. Bro, he's 37. He looks like he's 28. I'm glazing, bro. Okay, you know what? I'm glazing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for glazing. I don't glaze like that. I don't glaze. I'm sorry. I don't glaze, bro. I apologize, Holmes. I apologize.
myself back and I analyze. I learn new words. Feedback is how you get good at something. So I try to analyze my own state of mind all the time. And I try and work out, why did I feel like an Islamic society was closer to God than a Christian society? Is it because of what's in the book? Or is it because of the society I'm in? Is it because of the society? Maybe. And I'm just being perfectly brutally honest here. Maybe when I look at religion, I say, well, if a religion, what's the primary goal of a religion? Is it to save souls? Yes. But also, wouldn't you argue the primary goal of religion is to preserve a society to a degree?
Facts.
If Islam can preserve Islamic societies, if women are women, if men are men, if even in war zones, even you can look at the worst countries on the planet today, they're Islamic countries. If they're still all praying,
Why is that? Look
they're
at
still
Gaza
all
right
with their
now.
wives, they're still all feeding.
Look
God
at
is the
this
only thing they've
country.
got. They don't have anything else. They're not afraid to die for what they believe in. God is all they've got left. You know what's interesting? Someone said to me, they said, imagine when you look at movies and you see a post-apocalyptic Christian country, like, something's happened. You see riots, you see looting, you see all these things, right? He goes, there's a bunch of Islamic countries right now that are already post-apocalyptic. You don't see any of that because they believe in God. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's
Bro,
just I felt
Syria,
it holds.
bro, Yemen. I don't know about Yemen. Bro, Syria, Palestine, of course. I think what other ones are there? Yemen, maybe Yemen. What other ones? Afghanistan. I mean, Afghanistan's getting a lot. Afghanistan's on its feet right now, so I think it's a lot better. What other ones are there? Kashmir, 100%. Kashmir. Is Kashmir even a country? Do we even call Kashmir a country? I think so. But Kashmir, bro, it's just they all just have that one belief that listen, bro. If I cannot get my justice in this world, bro, I'll get my justice in front of Allah, and I'm just waiting for that day. I'm just waiting for that day. And some people are like, yo, I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. But even those people are like, bro, but I feel that if I cross a certain line, Allah will punish me. I don't want to get punished. So you know what? I'll take matters into my own hands, but I won't cross a line. That means I won't kill innocent oppositions. I will not kill innocent children, innocent men, women. I will fight those who fight me, but I will not hurt the innocent.
Society together. And I'm not going to
That's
sit
what
here
I'm
and
about.
argue that I'm right. I'm not going to argue against Christianity at all. I respect Christianity. I was raised Christian. I
Of
have
course.
absolute respect for Christians. My brother's a Christian. I'm not going to sit and say that I'm right and anyone else is wrong. I'm just saying perhaps it's as simple
Okay, I would
as
do I
if
would do that,
I send my children to
but
school in Dubai.
well, I would look do that, but then my boys would be like, "Yo, calm down, bro. Sit down, bro. Bro, sit your ass down." Astaghfirullah. Sit your ass down. And they'll just like page me, but I think you need that. I mean, I'll be the type of guy to tell you you're wrong because it's just in my thing, but they'll page me and be like, "Bro, shut your mouth and just sit down and just listen to our argument." I'm like, "Okay, you know what? I'll listen, and their arguments are valid." So quick lesson: whenever you hear anything from the opposition, you never tell them they're wrong. You try to listen to what they say, and you try to understand what they're saying, and then you don't try to counter them or you try to argue with them. You try to explain to them your perspective.
99% of the problems we've talked about, I don't have to worry about anymore. Maybe it's
Yeah.
that simple. It's like, okay, boom.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Let me tell you the one thing that separates Christianity that's scary to everything else on earth, in my view. If Christians are right, and the only way to get to heaven, which I know you believe in, we
Yeah.
believe in heaven and hell,
You see, even
is
he
through
doesn't
Jesus.
know, bro. Even he doesn't know. Like, may Allah guide him. And I love this man because of what he's doing. I respect him as a man who he is now, not who he's been. Like this guy's kind of the epitome of the. This guy's like the epitome of a modern world man, right? Of a modern era of our era. He's a man according to us from my time, right? I can't speak for my life, bro. I can't speak for my life. I need feedback. I need feedback myself. But what I'm trying to say is, right? Yo, hold up with me. What I'm trying to say is, he, in my eyes, is the epitome of a man because of where I am, who I grew up with, and you know, who my peoples are. To me, he's like the epitome of a man. So that's why I love him, right? But you can see that even he's like, if Christianity is right, he's like, if my religion is right. Every single Muslim you ask them, they will never use the word if when it comes to Allah, when it comes to the religion, or when it comes to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They always say, they always say, we know. They always say, I know. They always gonna use words that indicate certainty. They will never use words that indicate like 50-50, right? So a Muslim will never say if our religion is right. They will never say that. They will always say we know our religion is right. Our religion is right, and this is what we think about. There you go. That's what they say.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
then every other religion could be good. There's no question about that. But the separation is that if you don't believe Jesus is the Son of God,
That's right.
then
That's
you
exactly
don't
what
get to
Islam
heaven.
says.
That's right.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
And you know,
Of
when I was in
course.
the hole, I kind of challenged God at that moment, you know, because my wife was Christian, my mother-in-law Christian. They were telling me, and I didn't have time for that. But now I'm getting in there, and you know what I developed, Andrew? I developed a healthy fear of hell.
Yeah.
You're in the hole. If this is it,
Oh,
if this is the
always,
rest
bro.
of eternity like this, only a
Why do
million
you
times
think I don't use music? Why do you think, bro? I don't, bro. On my TikToks, I never use music. I never try to promote music. I never try to. That's how scared I am. Swearing is something that is really hard for me to control because obviously it just comes out. It's the way I talk. It's the way I speak. It's something that's gonna go away with time. But music is something that I can control what goes on here. And I'ma make sure, no matter what happens, I'ma make sure that my channel is clean from YouTube, bro. Clean. I'm not trying to stand in front of Allah and Allah picks out the sin of music. I listen to music in my private time. That's my business. That's my business. If I show it to you, imagine this video gets like a billion views. Of course, I know it's gonna get a billion views, of course, because I'm Madhu Aslam. But let's just say this video gets a billion views. A billion of you times however many words you listened to that music video, all of that sin will go on me, bro, on me. And I don't think I have that many good deeds to counter that. So I'm just saying I'm free from music. I don't use no music.
worse. And even if it isn't worse, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm here alone by myself, separated from everyone I love, and this is it. Eternal nothing. I said, I need to find out what's true. And at that point in time, I had my Bible in there. I had my wife send me every book you can imagine, Christian faith, Hindu, Muslim, everything. I was reading everything. And for me, the separation was, okay, all of this makes sense. But if Jesus is the only way to heaven and I reject that, then no matter how good I am, no matter what else I do, I'm
Yeah,
going
but that's
nowhere.
it for
This is going to
Islam.
be
If you
eternity.
reject
right.
Isa alayhi
So
salam,
this is the
you're done.
separation. And I think people have to make that choice.
It's a super interesting conversation, and I can't wait. I'd love for us to do a podcast in a couple more years when I've read them both a couple more times.
That's it. That's the end of the video, bro. I think anything more than this is just like them talking about some random stuff. But that was a good video, bro. That was a good video. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. Um and yeah, well, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and comment W mans, comment W dad, comment that kind of stuff. And also comment whatever you can, bro. This video is probably gonna get like 0 views. But once I get big and famous, hopefully this video will be like a birth story, like an origin story type shit. You know what I'm saying? Astaghfirullah. Bro, I just keep saying random, like, why, like, okay, you know what? Right. Let's like talk, right? Why do I keep talking like an idiot? Like, why do I call why do I got I'm not gonna stutter no more. That's my promise. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.